On the president's energy policies, we bring in Republican Congressman John Fleming, Republican of Louisiana. The congressman, a member of the House Natural Resources Committee that voted to subpoena the Obama administration over its decision to impose a drilling moratorium in the Gulf of Mexico. Congressman, good to have you with us. Let's turn first to these sanctions, if we may. How effective do you think they will be, and how soon will we know whether or not they are having some kind of significant impact?
Well, Lou, I'm very supportive of Israel, our cherished ally from the Middle East, and I do support tough sanctions on Iran, but I think that we'll see results very quickly. Perhaps already have seen some results. Whether it's enough to shut down their nuclear ambitions, I really have no idea.
And what will be the impact? A number of oil CEOs with whom I've spoken, analysts in the marketplace, are saying that Iran is responsible for much of the noise that is driving prices higher. Do you expect there to be any significant impact on world prices and arguably then on domestic prices?
Yeah, Lou, I really think it's going to aggravate this spike in oil prices that we're already experiencing. And that's why I'm critical of the president. Had he been allowing us to drill domestically more, instead of cutting back on federal lands and offshore, gas prices would be much lower today, and we would be in much better position to face this proposition.
Senate Republicans yesterday rejected the president's call to raise taxes on oil companies, to eliminate tax breaks for these oil companies, some $4 billion a year worth. Your reaction?
Well, first of all, as you know, Lou, oil companies don't pay those taxes. The consumers pay those taxes. They're passed along to them. So all that would do is even make the gas prices go higher. And secondly, remember that in terms of subsidies, oil companies don't get the kind of subsidies that you're talking about with wind and solar. They get some tax credits and business deductions, which...
well, that's why I said tax breaks, not subsidies,
right.
Because, in fact, oil depletion allowance, any number of other instances are really akin to depreciation for other manufacturing businesses.
Any other business, Apple or Microsoft, would get exactly the same thing.
This administration is hell-bent to shut down, it appears, fossil fuels, with the possible exception of natural gas. You've called, you've been dealing with this issue in this administration for some time now.
Yes.
At what point is there going to be a moment of clarity, do you think, here in which the administration understands that there has to be a bridge to a future, by the way, that can be measured rather than in months or years, is measured in decades, before we can move to alternative fuels, sustainable fuels that will provide the bulk of American energy?
Well, Lou, this administration is bound and determined to push us into the alternate energy marketplace, but unfortunately the technology is not there yet. Wind, solar costs as much as 5-6 times what it does for carbon-based energies. All of the new innovations are occurring actually in carbon-based. For instance, in my own district in North Louisiana, we have a company that's standing up that will actually require natural gas to be formed into gasoline that won't even require refinement. So you see, all the technologies, the innovations, are actually making those costs go down while the others continue to remain high.
And, of course, there will be a market reaction as well as perhaps a political reaction. Congressman, good to have you with us. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Luke.
Up next, a massive security breach exposing potentially millions of credit card accounts. We'll have that story. Also ahead, the Supreme Court voting today on the fate of Obamacare. Senator